newest indoor adventure in winter, part 4 of the 4 Keeps Adventure. Today is December 7th, 2020, and you are loved. And that is a very important thing that we like to remind each and every single one of our viewers and listeners at the beginning of each and every single one of these games. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/indooradventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point, or you can go towards anywhere audio casts are made available for free. You can find us there under the same moniker. And speaking of things that are being made available for free, if you go to patreon.com/indooradventures, you can check up on our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from the community, but also from each other. So if you have any questions that you would like to ask myself, or any of these other fine folk, feel free to check that out at again, patreon.com/indooradventures. But say you already support us on Patreon, Twitch, YouTube, all of those other places, and you're thinking to yourself, hey, where can I go to help support this wonderful show? I got you covered. If you go to indooradventure.redbubble.com, we got t-shirts, we got posters, we got mugs, we got crop tops, throw pillows, shower curtains, aprons, backpacks, and most importantly, in the year of 2020, hey, guess what? We also have face masks with the symbol of Tiamat upon them, as can be seen in Cyber's background. This design, of course, was made by our very own Cyberwolf 1201, and all of the proceeds from these masks end up going to help the search for the vaccine for COVID-19 through Doctors Without Borders. So if you would like to help support a good cause or help support the show, you can go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. But that is it for my spiel. So hey, RJ, who are you playing today?
Hey everybody, I'm RJ, and today I'll be playing Caelum, the Shadowkai Wizard Cleric.
Hi, I'm LBHackEmUp, and I will be playing Gwen, the Halfling Barbarian Fighter. She, her, for both. I remembered this time. Hoi!
I'm Cyber. I use he, him pronouns, and I play Arjhan, the Draconian Ranger. That's right. Right? Yeah. Also using he, him.
Hey everybody, I'm Wings, also known as Danae Keener. I'm playing as Cori under the Eldrin Paladin. We both go by she, her.
And I am the indoor adventurer, he, him, and tonight I shall be your dungeon master. So, last we left off, your group made it to the illustrious fortress, the Feydark Fomorian fortress, deep beneath the Isle of Autumn. And it was there that you all had the wonderful, foolproof, grandiose plan that you were going to sell Cori for money to the Fomorians, so that way you could have somebody on the inside for the inevitable revolution that you all wished to help establish in the illustrious fortress. It was at that point that, again, you were all able to make it into the inner fortress, into the palace of the Daisen, the Fomorian ruler, where you handed over your friend, got some gold out of it, gave a big thumbs up, and ended up meeting with a night hag who was actually on your side, a night hag that you were able to identify as the Toy Maker, a particular night hag who had actually helped out a group of elves that were escaping the Fomorian city several sessions ago. Now, at this point, Cori had been left to stand up one-on-one against the Daisen, and I say one-on-one, but really, you were in the throne room. There was a bunch of other Fomorians there. There was some banter, and Cori, you were left having seen the Daisen's true face. He was not the hot anime boy that he had originally been designed to look like, but instead had a multitude of evil eyes that he was able to use to curse you. At that point, Cori, you were thrown into an isolation sphere to prevent you from being able to reach any of your friends, while your friends, on the other hand, met up with Toymaker, Baba Ferrell, which is spelled Ferrul, and together you decided that you were going to attempt to make your way into the inner fortress once again, but in order to do that, in order to prevent your plan from being revealed, you had to remove those night hags from the equation. So you all decided that you were going to go meet up with those night hags, and once inside their house, I would say that we had a combat encounter, I never got to roll, as you guys instead Han Solo'd the shit out of them, shooting first, just destroying these night hags, leaving Toymaker completely alive, fine. And she said that she would take care of that issue of these fresh bodies in this otherwise rather strange-looking house. If you all wanted to make your way back to her toy shop, where she would then reconvene with you. Now, as you are reconvening, this is where we are going to cut back to Cori. Cori, you are stuck inside of this isolation sphere. At this point, you are down to your last hit point if you are not going to be using any lay on hands or other abilities. And it is like being in a deprivation tank. There is no sound. You are inside of a sphere, so there are no edges, no corners that you can help to navigate as to where you are inside of this thing. And it is cold. And even though you are able to touch this, the inside of this sphere, it doesn't feel tactile almost. It's almost like it has a little bit of a rubber-like resistance to it. But you were able to receive a sending from your friends letting you know that one of the hags that it was coming to interrogate you was on your side and that things were going to be relatively fine. And as you are inside of this isolation sphere, you're here for... you're not sure. The passage of time is something that escapes you at this point because, again, there's no way to tell other than mentally counting 1, 2, 3, 4, that there has been any passage. It could be 20 minutes. It could be 20 hours. You're not sure. And that is when you hear something. And that is actually more surprising in and of itself, is that you are able to hear something. And it is what sounds like a droplet of water onto a still pond. And farther than you're able to see, you can actually see a ripple in what looks like water. And from the center of that ripple, you see a purplish black bloom of a flower seem to come up from the water. And it opens. And as it does, from inside of this, what you would normally expect to see as pollen instead looks almost like the night sky, like bits and pieces of just the miasma of space seems to come from this flower. And then you see more blooms also begin to appear until you realize that you are in a garden of sorts with just these beautiful violet and black lotuses all just spread out in front of you. And as you are taking stock in, you also realize you're fine. Your body is the way that you last remember it, and not the last you remember it being having suffered from the Fomorian curse, but the way that you remember it being. And you hear a voice, a familiar voice at this point, that says, "In the darkest and deepest places, Nixaya, you will find that I am here for your comfort. You certainly have landed yourself in a mess this time. Your words with the Daisen seem to have sparked something in them that I can only surmise is an age-old hate, and your death is to be the icing on the cake, as it were." And tracking the source of this voice, you see Shar. And she is standing at the edge of this pool. She leans down, picks up what looks like one of these umbral lotuses, and just sort of plucks it out of the water, smells it a little bit, and then looks towards you, and she has a little bit of a smile on her face when she says this. And
she just looks down at the lotus and back up at her, and she shrugs, looks away, and says, "Everything's under control. We have a plan."
And what plan might that be?
Well, I have certain contingencies in place.
I see. So you don't have a plan. You have ideas, but not a plan.
You know as well as I that death isn't necessarily the end for me.
It is not. Which is why I come to you with a plan of sorts. I didn't come here to put you in dour straits. For you see, I know you will escape. You will be successful in your attempt to overthrow the Daisen, this pitiful despot, and all of those who have become disenfranchised. You will gain your ring of power once more, and your people will return to living their lives on the surface. But in order for that to happen, why, you must be publicly executed by the Daisen. Because as soon as that happens, you will become something that the Daisen will truly fear. A ghost. You have a trick up your sleeve that they will never be able to see coming, which is your blessed curse of resurrection through that dreaded Queen of Ravens. The Daisen is egotistical, as he is superstitious of outsiders. He will want to kill you in such a way that he believes none will ever be able to come back from. Imagine his surprise when you do exactly that. Imagine the hope that you would inspire among the enslaved when you come back leading them against a figurative fiend that has imprisoned them.
I'm going to step out of character for a second.
Yep.
Just to discuss this. Shar is offering Cori something that she has not been able to find out how to get on her own. This is a very tempting offer. She's confident in her friend's ability to get the urn, to get the ring, but she has no idea how we're going to inspire hope in these people. Sorry, stepping back in.
And she sets her lotus back into the water, and you see it drift a little bit out into the congregation of other flowers there. The populace would watch you die, and then they would see you rise again, their champion, their hero. And all you need to do is let yourself die, at least momentarily. And upon doing so, I could ensure once again to direct your spirit back to your companions.
This is all well and good. You know that, as well as I, that I would lay down my life for something far less.
And she, closes her eyes a little bit of a smirk, just, yep, flashback to Cori riding the back of a dragon made of snow deep underground.
I am not the one that needs convincing here. What exactly am I supposed to tell the rest of my party?
To trust you. Tell them that you have figured out a way to inspire the people.
I haven't exactly proven myself worthy of trust.
They are in a situation where they are trusting you. Now, here in this place, might not be the trust that you are used to, but it is still a form of trust.
How does this benefit you?
You are my champion. What kind of goddess would I be if I did not assist my champion in their time of need? If I were to just let you die here, then winter takes everything. Then no more followers. I would have nothing, except for my library in the Astral Sea. We are tied, Nixaya.
You have given me food for thought.
Well, think about it. And remember that should this be what you choose, I am more than willing to help. And in the place that you find yourself surrounded in darkness, I am by your side. I only wish to help you find your true self.
I understand.
And at that, Sharn nods and says, think about it. And you see that the lights around you from this water garden begin to dim until all of these other blooms begin to close, and the only thing left that you see is this one bloom in front of you that is still open.
I think Cori walks up to it, picks it up, and just sits down and contemplates.
And as you go to sit down and contemplate looking at this lotus, that is where you return to the Fomorian holding sphere. You do have this flower with you now. You are no longer mangled as you were previously, but you are stuck inside of this place.
All right. Quick mechanical question.
Yes.
Will she be able to get a long rest in here?
She will not be able to get a long rest in here.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, it seems as if these were designed to be incredibly uncomfortable places.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. That is where we are going to cut back over to the toy shop. Arjhan, Gwen, Caelum, all of you arrive here. Thankfully, no harm, no foul to you all. You got paid. I am assuming that, Arjhan, you are just getting done counting out all of the coinage that you had received from turning in the Caelum of the fallen leaves.
Possibly.
And it is around that time that Baba Farrell will make her way back to her toy shop. And when she arrives, you can see that she has, like, there is definitely some blood on her, and you know she wasn't injured in the fight. It's not her blood. And she comes in and says, I'm glad that you're all making yourselves comfortable. One moment, please. And she goes behind a door. You hear a drawer open. There's some rustling of fabric. Drawer shuts. Door opens, and she is wearing a new shirt that does not have any blood on it. And she says, so, what is your plan? What is the plan?
Did we confirm that we knew that the Daisen had the urn?
That is what Cori told me.
Yes.
Which I would have relayed.
We need to get our hands on that urn.
Are we legal now?
Legal enough. There's still going to be a little bit of a turnover process for the royal guards, but as far as paperwork is concerned, yes, you are more than welcome to roam about the Fomorian fortress as you see fit. Welcome,
As long
new
as we're outside.
citizens.
Right. Sorry. So we need to convince the slaves to uprise and save Cori and kill the Fomorian leader, right?
Yes, so that's 3.
Anything else?
I don't know. These are your plans. I'm just
I'm not
keeping track
asking
of
you.
them.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I just looking up. I know it's you can't tell where I'm looking because I'm just looking up, but
Well, yes, that's the basic outline of what we need to do. Baba Farrell, have you ever seen the urn?
Not myself, no. I wasn't really... How to put this? Are you familiar with the Mard?
Yes.
I was not in charge of treasure acquisition. I was one of the individuals that was responsible for keeping our guard populated. I may have done a few bad things.
That is an issue you will have to take up with our Caelum when we free her. But for now,
do you know where the treasure is taken whenever the Mard get a hold of it?
I do. Specifically in this instance, it would be within the Daisen's palace, which I am going to be going to later this evening for your friend's interrogation, which, not having my sisters with me, will raise some concerns, and it will be a bit inexcusable the day that, well, the performance is supposed to be going. I can't do a whole lot of my magics without my sisters.
would it be beneficial for you to have us in hiding, to not hiding, make us look different? Wait, can we do that? Can we not do that? We can't. Okay, never mind. Can you do that? Could you make me look like one of your sisters?
Is there another one of you that you could possibly 2 more of you, a long coat that you could all on top of each other's shoulders inside?
We used to do that as kids, but no.
would it be beneficial if I came with you then? Say that I'm skilled in some magics and help out while your sisters are away.
That would be for the amphitheater. For the interrogation, it might raise some questions. You're still new.
I'm not established.
That is correct. The fact that you have been allowed into the Daisen's palace was quite the exception.
So we wouldn't be able to make our way back in.
Not in your present forms. Can any of you change into things?
Animals.
I can summon a Goliath.
That probably won't work, she says towards Gwen. I admire your enthusiasm. You can change into animals. Are you a druid? You don't look like
Wizard.
a druid. That is probably going to be your best bet to get in. If you change into something small, something tiny, I could stow you on my robe. You would be on a little bit of a time constraint.
About 1 hour, yeah. I know.
Less than that. Because I wouldn't be able to get you through the gate of the inner fortress.
True. Okay. Okay. I can see what I can do. That leaves the problem, though. There is a language barrier for Arjhan and Gwen to overcome if they want to rally the people. What can you tell me about the guard captain, Ardent?
Ardent? When I say I have done bad things, I helped make the Mard who they are. We were responsible for, my sisters and I, for, well, breaking the will of certain prisoners to make them what they were. I didn't take joy in it, if that helps. Again, I wanted to make toys. Toys are not profitable. Those kinds of toys are. If Ardent is a tiefling who got to be the captain of the small guard by his enthusiasm, he removed his own eye as a show of allegiance, and purposefully has done all that he can to maim himself while still keeping himself useful. He is cunning, which, well, coupled with his enthusiasm, is rather dangerous. But he is not the brightest.
How long have you said that he was here for?
Ardent?
Yes.
20 years now? For a while.
What's his skill set, if I may ask?
He is good at fighting, at commanding others, and, well, he doesn't really have any, like, innate magical abilities, if that's what you're looking for. You're not going to be worried about a counterspell when you're up against him.
Solid.
Great.
My kind of fight. Not that we're going to fight him. I'm just, that's my area of expertise is determining. It's fine.
Caelum, would you be... You said that you have the ability to change into an animal. Could you change others into an animal?
Yeah, I could.
If you were worried about a language barrier, would you be able to stay behind and send one of your other companions?
Arjhan, Gwen, recon in the Daisen's palace.
Sure, whatever, man.
Just a mission of more stealth, or
I mean, if I'm a bird, I can be quiet.
I don't
No
think I want to be a
offense.
bird forever.
I would highly recommend not being a bird down here.
Oh, right. Well, whatever.
Something like a mouse would be
No.
very common.
No. I'm not going to be a mouse. Done it. Didn't like it. Got stuck in a bag. Not going to be a mouse.
One of my sisters.
Beer hags.
Makes sense.
How about a gecko? He could stick to walls.
Ooh. Yeah, I'd be down with that.
Okay, this is a recon mission, right?
Yeah.
If you can get eyes on the urn, we can attempt to get in again. I can make a replica. It won't be functional, but it might... Has he confirmed that it's the correct urn? Or is he going on an assumption, the Daisen?
He is going off the assumption.
I can make a replica.
You mentioned this change wouldn't last forever.
1 hour. Which would probably be even less time if you were to meet up with Baba Farrell again.
Right. Are we going to be forced back? Or is Gwen going to be forced back into her true form?
Oh, right. Wasn't there something that happened when we walked into the city?
Only for illusion magic.
Oh, this isn't that?
This is a transmutation style spell.
Right. That's
Right.
different.
It's a different school of magic. It physically changes you, not magically changes you.
My thinking is I may have a better shot at getting out undetected.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Plus, you're probably better at like spotting traps and stuff than I am. Like, I'd love to volunteer, but like, it might be better suited.
All right. Gwen and I will try and raise the people, rouse the people.
No, not rouse.
That's the right word.
But
Not
that was for sleeping.
Baba Farrell. What's our best angle here with them? What's our best play? We are the people who just turned in their Caelum after all.
The best play that I can see, chances are the urn would be magically protected, which again makes things difficult. As much as I hate to admit it, if it is going to be something that is stealth oriented, a wizard would be better suited. There's also the matter of your friend's ring. In order for them to be at full power for this revolution, to prove to the masses that they are a Caelum, you would need, well, a Caelum's ring, which would be in the same place as the urn in the treasure chambers. You would need a replica urn and a replica ring.
All of which I could probably do tomorrow at the soonest. I'd need some raw material as well.
She motions to the inside of her shop and says, "Feel free to make use of the facility. If you're looking for someone to take you around to these places, you could go tonight, the three of you, and talk to those in the lots and in the silver hold. If you are waiting while things were separate, well, you are going to be working very closely with Ardent. They speak common. You would be able to use them as a translator. They might not be willing to translate things like, hey, by the way, we're planning a revolt, but it at least would be something. Get a good idea of the layout of the people, how many there are. Do you have weapons for these individuals, or are you just hoping that their high spirits will lead them to victory?
I figured we're going to do most of the fighting.
That's a lot of fighting.
Gwen, like, motions to herself.
You know, I like the confidence, but sometimes it just boils over into overconfidence.
Caelum, I'm the only one in the group who hasn't died. I got this.
You say this all the time.
And yet I'm still alive. I'm sorry, Endor. I don't mean this.
No, it's fine. Tempt fate.
I don't. I'm not doing it. Gwen's doing it.
When we fight, we don't go charging in guns, crossbows drawn, blazing, unless we get the jump on them.
We know
We do
what
this
guns are.
safe. We do this smart.
Right.
Is there an armory?
There is with the mercenaries.
There are mercenaries.
Small guard. Same thing to me, really. The Fomorians hired out. It's like contract work, but they trust these contractors to maintain.
How much gold do we have in the party funds?
Fuck ton. We could buy them out.
We could buy them out.
That might be a little suspicious, though.
Say you had a means of carrying a vast quantity of things in a very small space. Like a
I mean, we
bag,
have that, right?
A bag of holding, portable hole,
Bag of holding.
something along those lines. Say you do the same thing with Ardent that you did to my sisters while you're inside of the hold. You would then have access to their armory.
Fair.
However, if any alarms were raised, things might not work out so well.
Do you think Arden's less or more capable than your sisters?
I would say more capable.
Gotcha.
He is used to fighting by himself, not relying on two others.
I wonder, would it be unnatural if we went to like check out the barracks, or not the barracks, the prison, since we if we're going to be taking over as like protectors? I mean, it'd be a good thing for us to go visit, right? To know what we're guarding.
It would not be unnatural.
Okay.
You could, I don't know how you all feel about this, you could also purchase a translator. If you have the funds for it, you could buy somebody who would be willing to follow you and deliver the messages that you need them to.
Right. Purchase someone and then, well, contract someone
Obviously-
from the pens. Tell them what's what. Send them off. Spread the
Could we
word.
purchase a slave?
Yes, they prefer servants.
Well,
as
no, I
their
know. I'm
title,
just
but
saying,
that's
like, if we,
effectively what they are.
right. So what I'm saying is, if we get someone who speaks both Common and Elvish, we can get someone who already is on our side. I'm not saying we're buying slaves. Don't look at me like that, Arjhan. That's not what I mean. I'm just saying, if we can get someone who's already on our side to translate for us, it would explain to them the situation. It's gonna be a lot easier than just like some Joe Schmo down the street who like knows both.
I speak Elvish.
You're correct.
They would not like me telling them
Yeah.
these things.
Well, we could go in there all not guns blazing, but like all like hoity-toity, like, yes, I'd like to purchase a slave, blah, 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 blah. And then as soon as everyone else goes away, we're like, look, we're going to free you. Don't worry about it. We're all good. I'm really convincing when I talk to people.
You are convincing me right now.
What do you mean? I'm not going to say it, but in Gwen brain, I did just go, what could possibly go wrong?
Again, just toss that out there.
I know, sorry, I'm not doing it. Not
Right.
doing it.
So we've
I
got a
mean-
good.
Looking at our charisma on the overlay, Gwen probably is the only person who could do that.
All right.
Yeah.
So, plan. Hire someone to be our translator. Go down to the prison, talk to people. Check out Arden. See if we can size him up. See if we can get eyes on Cori. Caelum, we should probably talk to Cori and check in on her if you can. And that's good for the day.
I still need to go and interrogate your friend.
Right,
I will go light on it.
right.
I need to go in as well.
We can postpone the snatch and grab of items until tomorrow, as your friend said that they would not be able to create duplicates of things.
Uh-huh.
I am free to go into the Daisen's palace as I am able to. So if we would like to have that saved until tomorrow.
Maybe if right, we wanted to do that. Sorry, I got so excited by like starting a revolution. Do we want to do the get eyes on the urn today?
As long as Baba Farrell, as long as you can see the urn, get at least a decent inspection on it. Don't touch it if you can. I'll be able to duplicate it.
Thank you for following Knights of the Bantam.
Whoa, Black Betty, Knights of the Bantam.
All right, so the goal is one of you is going to be tagging along with Baba Farrell. The others are going to acquire a translator.
Yes.
Okay.
I cast Polymorph on Arjhan, turning him into a gecko.
Okay, Arjhan, you can choose to save if you want. Like, I know gecko.
I willingly geckify.
Okay. Sounds
It's
good.
Okay, all right.
one of those horned lizards,
Kefris.
but in all black.
Ooh, nice. And she will like pick you up and then just into a pocket.
Caelum will open the pocket briefly. You have 1 hour.
I try to remember 1 hour.
Okay. Sounds good. So Baba Farrell is going to look at your group and just say good luck. And at that, she's going to make her way out of her toy shop and begin heading towards the inner district. So as she is making her way to the inner fortress, Caelum and Gwen, the two of you are left alone to try and find somebody who you can purchase the services of for an extended period of time using currency. Servants. To be able to translate for you. So make an investigation check.
Hold up.
Yes.
Did somebody take Arjhan's fucking bag of holding before he got polymorphed?
I can
Yes.
take it.
Okay. I will let you know what's in it at the appropriate time.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Okay, dirty 20. Caelum, you are indeed able to track down a place that, as Levi Phipps in chat posted, that you are able to find a place that is currently contracting out prisoners with jobs. So you are able to actually track this place down. It is near the lots, all things considered. It's not so much a, like, they have them on display. It is more of a, it is a tiefling. This is not ardent, but they are a tiefling who is just sitting behind a counter. They have nice red skin, golden eyes, as well as horns that kind of hook down and around, almost like ram's horns, sitting behind a desk. And when you are attempting to purchase one of these individuals, they ask you what it is that you need. A lot of our prisoners have a variety of skill sets. Do you want one who can dance, who can sing, who is good at woodworking, good with their hands? And then they follow that up with a wink. What kind of services are you looking for here?
We're looking for a translator.
They say translator for which languages?
Material World Common and Feywild's Elvish.
They like nod. They're not used to hearing these requests. And they call out for, they say K37. And you see what looks like a machine man that is built to look closer to a tiefling actually comes out, and they say, fetch one of the translators. Common, Elvish. And this Warforged nods, and K37 exits.
Oh, sorry. Could I also add the stipulation for giant?
And the tiefling will nod. And they end up coming back with what looks like a rather scared-looking elven man. He looks, let's say, if this was a normal circumstance, you would guess that he smells like an old book. Right now, he does not smell like an old book. He has not showered in a while. His living quarters are terrible. But you would guess that he just looks like an old, studious man. And his name is Osmond Cosmire.
Tell me he has elbow patches.
If he still had his jacket, yes. Right now, he's more like wearing a... it's like a burlap sack with some holes that have been cut out into it, so that way he has clothing.
Get this boy a sweater.
Ugh. Is it all right if we put him in something more decent?
Well, once you pay for him, he's all yours.
How much
And
would this
K37
cost?
sort of just like shoves Osmond forward. To purchase Osmond, it is going to be it is going to be for 3 different languages. You are going to be looking at 900 gold pieces.
Caelum pops that on the table and writes a receipt.
Okay. Osmond is his name.
Yes. Isn't that right, Osmond? And you see this elephant man sort of like nod and look down.
Come on, then. Thank you, at the tiefling.
Yeah. And the tiefling sort of like gives a generous bow, and K37 also just sort of like nods their heads toward you. And you have acquired a translator.
Quickly, we'll go back to Baba Farrell's toy shop
Mhm.
and sit Osmond down.
Okay, and Osmond
I'm
is
so
just like,
sorry. I did not mean what I said. That is the rudest I've ever been to a being in my life. Well, no, that's not true. I'm Gwen. This is Caelum. I'm so sorry that you've been in slavery for so long. We're here to change that. We are going to be as nice to you as possible, I promise. Do you want some food, some clothes? What are you okay? You look really scared. Don't be scared. We're here under false pretenses. We're just trying to like free you guys and like get the city back to being under not this dickhead's control. Do you understand what I'm saying? All right, cool. What's your favorite food?
How do you take your tea?
warm.
2 sugars it is.
Meals and fresh
What?
fruit and cream.
Yeah, dude.
Do we
Yep.
have that?
Is there fruit down here?
We have hardtack
Don't know.
and some jerky.
Well, I mean, I can go get food.
Wait, weren't you the ones who sold the Caelum?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that was a pretense. That's our best
see.
friend.
Oh, that is how you treat your best friends. Okay.
Oh, no,
thank
no,
you.
no, 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 no.
I am
No.
looking very forward to
Osmond.
living with you all.
Osmond.
Mm.
The Caelum was very concerned about all of you, and she took a risk, a very calculated risk. She sold herself to the Daisen so she can get in, and we are now trying to help kill him.
Yeah.
Please don't say that out loud. Please don't say that out loud. That's a. I'm sorry.
Are you
I
gonna
spoke
tell
out of
us?
turn. I'm so sorry.
No. Hey, dude, you can speak as much as you want. Just like when we're around people, we have to keep up the pretense that you're like our acquired translator. But like if we're inside, I don't give a shit what you say. Candy?
Now say it with me, Osmond. Fuck the police.
You don't have to.
Common,
You don't.
giant, or elvish.
I mean, dude. Honestly, Asmund, we need you because we're gonna start an uprising with all the slaves. We're gonna try to free all of them as much as we can, and we can't do that without you. You are so important to us.
Okay. And he just sort of nods.
Do you want to sleep in a real bed for a little while?
He looks like he's about to cry.
The bath is warm, and I have some lavender soaps.
I haven't had.
Do you want a book too? Caelum has a bunch of books. You can read whatever you want. Well, I mean, as long as it's cool with him.
And you guys go
Knowledge is
treating
free.
Osmond like a person, and it is the most kindness that he has known in quite some time.
Cool. We'll get him a nice outfit. We'll get him some food. We'll get him a book. It'll be like at least an hour-long thing while Arjhan's doing his thing.
Okay.
To like get him like comfortable with us, and then after we'll sit him down and be like, all right, we need to know everything about what's going on down there.
Okay. So as you guys are getting Osmond back to on his feet, as it were, Arjhan, you are in the pocket of a night hag as she is strutting through this Fomorian fortress, just like waving to people, like, oh, hello. Like, they like give her finger guns because she has a rapport with the people of this city, it would seem. And it takes roughly about 15 minutes from where she is to get past the gates of the inner palace, of the inner fortress, to then get to the palace of the Daisen. And when she arrives, you can hear her saying, like speaking to the guards, saying, "I'm here for the interrogation." There's a little bit of banter between them as to, or at least like, you're guessing that's what she's saying. She's speaking in Giant to these folk. And they have it sounds like a question that's coming from them that you're guessing is, where are your sisters? And she assures them that they will be coming soon. They've never been late before. Obviously, this is just something that's uncommon. And the guards seem to they buy it, for lack of a better word. They are not the brightest of individuals. They are a mite bit suspicious, but one night hag, three night hags, they're all hags to these giants, and you are let in the pocket of Baba Farrell. At this point, as you are walking, you hear her saying, down the corridor, third right, then a left, and then a right again.
Okay.
And you see her like walk unaccompanied down these halls until she gets in front of what looks like there is an archway. There are no doors to this place, but you see a massive black sphere that just hangs over the ground. And there are about 4 of these spheres in this room. And they just look like they have this weird matte texture on them. And she reaches into her pocket, pulls you out, sets you on the ground.
Okay. So I start scurrying off down the corridor.
Okay.
Third right.
Third right, then a left, then a right again.
Okay. Cool. I was going to say, Connor didn't remember that. And in my lizard form, I have an intelligence of 1.
You keep your intelligence scores.
No, you don't.
No, you don't?
Not for polymorph.
Bar?
I'll go down the corridor and take the third right.
Okay. It is just another stretch of hall. And you see opens up to a left-handed side.
Yeah, I scurry.
Okay. Yeah, you are able to properly scurry.
Oh, no.
Through following the directions that Baba has given you. And eventually you end up making it to this hallway, and you can see that there is a large set of double doors that are shut, and there are 2 Fomorians on either side of these doors. As you're getting near, make a stealth check. You will have advantage because you are tiny.
Double 15s.
Okay. That is good enough to be able to stealth. So you're able to skitter along the floor, and you can hear them like speaking in giant to each other. It's very casual. You're guessing that they're like, oh, did you like, oh, it was my daughter's soccer game the other day. Oh, did they win? Yeah, go Ladybugs. Like, they are just having a very candid conversation and not paying attention, not looking out for any tiny geckos that might be making their way here. So Arjhan, you are able to get up to this large double door, and thankfully, with the mass and size of this door, it is still raised up just slightly from the floor that a small, tiny gecko can just squizzle his way on in. And looking in this room, this treasure room, there are mountains of gold, and they are quite literal mountains for a small gecko. There are other urns that are full of gems and other fine art pieces. There are Fomorian weapons that are lined up against the wall in an impeccable, humongous sized suit of armor that you're guessing belongs to the Daisen. Or you will be able to guess once your intelligence returns back to a standard number. And at the end of this room, you see in a glass case this urn, and this urn is one that you recognize. It shows a picture of an elven figure, hand outstretched, with what looks like four much larger beasts kind of on the other side, and you recognize that urn as the one that you have been looking for. You don't see Cori's ring on display anywhere yet, but you can make an investigation check as you are geckoing around to try and track this down.
13. I rolled 18 minus 5.
Oof. Yeah, gecko. I would say with a 13, you see past this urn that there is it is an edifice into the wall, a concave setting that you see has 4 pillows. And these pillows look like they would be super comfy for a small lizard to sleep on. And they look like they have an indentation in the center of these pillows. The first pillow is a nice pink color, does not have anything on it, and you see something written in a language you do not understand above it. Second pillow is a deep forest green, also with an indentation, something you can't read above it. Third one is a orange pillow, and this one does have a ring sitting on it, as well as something written in a language you don't understand. And then the fourth one is a bluish pillow. You as a player would guess that these are the rings of power that have been stowed here, getting ready to put all 4 in, but only one has currently been found.
I lash out with my tongue and I eat the ring.
All right. So,
intelligence of 1.
Yep. What's your wisdom as a gecko?
8, I think, maybe.
All right. Make an insight check.
Hold up. Where's my extras? Lizard. Yeah, 8. One.
Yep.
Modified 1.
Okay,
but 1.
Cool. Woo! Still not great, but could have been worse. So as you get up, bam, just eat this ring. That is where we are going to cut over to Cori inside of this isolation sphere. So Cori, it is dark. You last remember holding on to this lotus bloom that is You're guessing still in your hand. You can feel it there, but you cannot see it even with your dark vision. It seems like this place is just shrouded in a almost magical darkness. And that is when you hear something. And it is a voice. And this voice you are not familiar with at all. And it says, your friends have, or she says, I'm here to help. Your friends sent me. I am here because I am required. Do I have permission to look through your thoughts? And you do not see this individual.
There is a hesitation. How do I know that my friends actually sent you?
And she responds with, Mother Matron makes a machin.
Sorry, this is this is a tongue twister. And also, I don't remember. I know it's Father.
Father falters. Far from. Fuck.
Fortune.
Yep.
Father falters far from fuck.
Fuck.
Yeah. Father falters far from fortune.
May the manor mind its manners.
Useful little phrase, that is. All right.
If I wasn't here at your friend's behest, it wouldn't be just me. Currently, your friend, Arjhan, is a gecko. He's off doing reconnaissance to find the location of your ring and the urn.
Upset I'm missing that. Regardless. Yes, you have permission, but on condition that you do not pry further than you need to.
I will only pry so that if I am put to question, I can say I did the thing. All right. Make a wisdom saving throw.
All right. She is not within 5 feet of me.
Not that you can see.
Oh, that is true. 17.
17? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what memories would you like to have guarded?
Anything involving Shar.
Okay.
The Raven Queen's true name. The location of any of her family members. She guards all of those things. Oh, also her own true name. That's probably important.
That's related to Shar.
Indeed. Any notes from the peanut gallery? Anything else specifically that do you think I should guard? Does that seem about right?
I mean, like where my family is.
Yeah.
My tribe.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Anything regarding the Raven Queen?
Yeah. Any of our family members. And yeah, basically anything involving Shar or the Raven Queen.
Okay.
She will actually put in the forefront of her mind the plan that Shar proposed.
Okay. And
its origin is not revealed.
no, this is an independent thought. No, you're doing this, and then The night hag just you can't see her, but on the other side she just sort of nods. So if you were blocking out a memory of the Raven Queen, are you including the fact that you get resurrected when you die?
No, but the reasoning for that is hidden.
Okay.
The fact that she can come back when she
Okay.
dies is there.
So Baba Farrell, you just hear her say, "That could work." In the amphitheater, they usually will have an elven prisoner pose as the interloper. And it is usually the Daisen's joy to slay that elf before the masses. I would be able to get you in. Replace them. So that it is you facing off the Daisen in front of the masses. If he thinks you're dead, what a birthday surprise that would be.
Well, it would be my pleasure to entertain the Daisen on his birthday.
And Baba Farrell responds with, "Yes, I think it," and then it cuts off.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear her respond with, "I will be right back. If you don't hear from me again, your friends are still out there."
Tell them the plan.
I will. Back in the inner palace, there was an alarm spell that was tied to the ring. Arjhan, you have just Yoshi'd up the ring into your small gecko body. You have eaten a full meal. Are you just going to be like going to sleepy on this nice comfy pillow, or are you going to try and find some place to hide?
Do I notice anything?
You see that the large double doors get opened, and those two Fomorian guards who were in charge of making sure nobody entered this facility look in and just begin like moving a spear around like in front of them. And they are looking like they are on the prowl, searching for something.
I would like to hide myself inside an urn.
Okay, make a stealth check. And again, you will have advantage because you are teeny.
Double 18s.
Hey, it's not bad. All right, so you are able to hide yourself inside of an urn. You will not be able to hide yourself inside of the large urn because, again, that is sealed in glass. But with a tummy full of the Ring of Wryth, you are able to find a nice cozy spot inside of an urn to shield yourself away from. And you see more of these Fomorians like coming in and not from your vantage point, but just sort of the camera is panning over. And Baba Farrell comes up to these large double doors, says something in giant to these Fomorians, and the Fomorians are talking with her. And the pace and cadence with which she is speaking seems almost like she is trying to get them confused or try and fast talk them. Like, no, I was with the Caelum. The Caelum is not doing this. Maybe an animal got in here. Sometimes rodents and vermin find their way into my cloak. I apologize if that is the case. And she is she is communicating with these Fomorians as best she can. Arjhan, as a gecko, what would you like to do?
Take a nap.
Okay. Yeah, that seems like a great idea. Make an intelligence check.
8.
8. Yeah. You know, like it's been like a whole day in gecko time. Obviously now is the time for sleepies.
But like, if I don't hear anybody again, I really want to take a nap on that pillow.
Oh, for sure. So Baba Farrell is she is going to like put her hand up to the Fomorian and let them know. Like she says something to them, and then you see her reach into underneath her shirt, and she pulls out a what looks like an eye inside of a necklace. Like this eye has just been encased in glass, and she lifts it up and she holds it out in front of her, and she just begins to scan back and forth in this treasure chamber and like says something to these guards who are there. And she enters in. And as she's scanning, she comes over to the urn that you are in. She reaches down, picks you up, and you see her, like, you hear her say...
I absolutely bite her.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
6.
A 6? Okay, a 6 does not hit. You're just kind of like skittering up the side. If any of you are familiar with having owned a lizard, when they get their own version of the zoomies and they're just like trying to climb up the side of their tank, Arjhan, that's kind of what you're trying to do, to bite at this large hand that is this shadowed form that is coming down to grab you. But they are quick and are able to pick you up before you're able to really give them a good nip, but you're trying your dangdest to really get a good bite on them. You hear Baba Farrell laugh, just a little bit of like, and then she will just stuff you into her pocket and then clasp the pocket shut. And she will just sort of like you feel her say, or you hear her say several more things in Giant, and then you feel yourself moving. And very quickly, with much purpose, Baba Farrell makes her way out of this, makes her way out of the inner palace. And Arjhan, as she gets past the walls of the inner fortress, she quickly goes behind a building, pulls you out, sets you down on the ground, and that is when your polymorph spell ends. There is now a very powerful ring inside of your tummy, and you can feel that it, like, it's not comfortable. It's not a good time.
I would like to acid breath.
Okay. And out comes, like, you hear like ding, 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 ding. And you see the Ring of Wryth in this pool of acid breath. And Baba Farrell's eyes go very wide. And she looks at you, looks at the ring, and looks at you, and says, "You didn't replace that with anything, did you?"
I'll be honest, I didn't really have the mental facilities to do much of anything.
And as she says that, she purses her lips and looks at you with a rather intense stare. And you can hear bells ringing. Bells of alarm from the inner fortress. And that is where we are going to go into our break for the evening. So I'd like to say thank you to everybody who has stuck with us so far. We're going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes, so don't go to a place unless it's to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or possibly go to indooradventure.redbubble.com, pick yourself up something nice, and we'll see you guys shortly. All right, everybody. See you soon! We're back!
Steven!
Yeah!
You're loved, buddy.
Oh.
Hey, Steven.
But,
You're loved.
oh. Guys, thank you.
Hey, Steven.
But,
You are loved.
Hey, Steven.
yes?
You're loved.
Oh, thanks, guys. That's very nice to hear. Thank you. I keep waiting for the shoe to drop and, like, Rob to just show up and just start, like, anger dabbing. I don't know how he'd be here. He's in England, but...
Oh god, if he like just came in through my door, that would be even more
I
off-putting.
feel like he would just come in through the window. Like, he is not a traditional entrance
like
kind of
the
person.
AC unit gets knocked out.
Yeah, like, it would be like grappling hook kicks in the window, AC goes flying. Him just, this is a guy's checkpoint!
Crawls in like the girl from the Ring.
We love you, Rob. I hope you're having fun overseas.
Hey, Rob. You are loved.
Yeah. You're loved on a stage, Rob. So, guys, the alarm bells are ringing. Arjhan has just thrown up a very powerful artifact after devouring it while being a gecko. And in the outer fortress, where Caelum and Gwen are currently in the process of making Osmond feel better about his situation. The two of you can also hear these bells off in the distance that sound like alarm bells.
I'm guessing Friar Jacques is not asleep anymore. He will go into his pack, pull out a set of like old traveling clothes and hand it to Osmond.
Osmond just like looks at these and looks at you. Kind of like you're roughly around the same size and build, and he just mouths, "Thank you."
And pray you won't need this. And he'll put a dagger on top of the cloak, or the clothing.
He just like solemnly nods. He has taken you up on the process of like a nice bath. He looks like $1 million, and at this point, like he's taking the knife. And is going to go back into the bathroom and actually use it to like cut his hair, shave a little bit. He's going to clean himself up real good, at least in a way that he feels better about.
Caelum's going to go to the window just to keep an eye out, but he's going to go to his clasp and say, Arjhan, is everything all right?
Cannot use it again today.
You can respond, though. Because it's sending.
Yeah, I think in my diminished state, I ate Cori's ring.
What do you say?
New plan. And Caelum just goes over, grabs his spear, and just starts walking towards the door.
Wait. What's the plan? You didn't say the plan. Gwen's like following after him.
Osmond is still in the bathroom cleaning up.
Osmond, stay here.
There is just a yelp of acknowledgement.
If you
What's
run
the plan?
Hopefully not have to kick ass, but probably kick ass. When Arjhan was a gecko, he ate the ring.
Oh, good. So we got it out.
Right. And they're alerted now.
Oh, shit. Well, okay. Hey, Arjhan. So just hide the ring as much as possible. And, don't act suspicious.
Don't act suspicious.
And we'll be there shortly. By the way, you're looking good today. I don't.
You get, by the way, you, and then the message cuts off.
By
I
the way, I
wanted to
what?
keep it going.
By the way, I what? Is this something important? Oh, fuck. That's what you get back.
Baba Farrell is just like, she pushes like both hands on your chest when you pick up the ring, and she just pushes you and just go, get out of here, go.
I go, I get out there, I go.
Yes. So you make your way off, and then Baba Farrell will turn around and then enter back into the inner fortress in an attempt to alleviate the situation, possibly perform a few acts of subterfuge while she is in there. In the meantime, though, Caelum, you and Gwen are making your way up to the inner fortress, and you actually see... actually, Arjhan, are you trying to be stealthy at all, making your way out of this area?
I'm trying not to draw attention to myself, yeah.
Okay, what is your base stealth?
Plus 15.
Okay, so... Wait, a plus 15, so your passive stealth is 25?
I don't have a thing for passive stealth, but I have expertise.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Because a ranger.
All right, yeah, if you don't ever want to be seen anywhere, that is totally a thing that you are able to do. You can, I would say, be able to, like, set your stealth to any number lower. So, like, okay, I'm going to be doing, like, a passive 16 through here, because you know that Caelum has, he's able to pick up generally on that. But most other people would not be able to.
Would you want me to do a stealth check using my charisma modifier instead of my dexterity?
Yeah, let's say a performance roll for stealth. Yeah, to just don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
-1.
Okay. Yeah. You know, you're walking off, sort of like looking over your shoulder.
Well, my actual roll is 13.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So again, like, you are not being suspicious, and that is Caelum. You are coming up with your spear in hand. Gwen is like at your heels, wondering what is going on, and you see Arjhan just casually walking away from this place.
Caelum will eye him, turn the opposite street corner, and then walk back towards Baba Farrell's hut.
Gwen's like follows Caelum. Like, what's going on?
Arjhan's out.
Oh, good. Meeting back at the what? It's okay. Gwen walks casually. It's not my problem yet.
Okay. So I would say it is this point, Caelum, you and Gwen, as you are in the process of making your way back, the two of you are actually greeted as you turn around by what looks like a group of the Mard being led by a tiefling. This tiefling has green skin. You can see that they are missing their right eye, and they have a multitude of scars and markings about them. And you hear this figure say, "Hey, where do you think you're going?"
What the hell's going on? What's that sound?
Well, looks like there's been a break-in up there, and you, I believe, newcomers, are going to be overseeing the small guard. My name is Ardent. It's a pleasure to meet you, so let's both of us go find out what we can do to put those nasty surface dwellers in their place, eh? Come along.
All right. Should we get our full group?
I would say that's probably for the best.
All right. Where should we meet you?
Oh, I'll join you. It's fine. Gotta
you
make
come
sure.
back with us to our hotel?
Well, me and my group, yes. We're all going
like
in the same way. Now,
I feel like you're wasting time doing that, but I mean, like, however you want to run your... Actually, no. Aren't we in charge now, Caelum?
Technically speaking, Arjhan's in charge since he bought out the small guard.
Well, then where's the boss?
We'll go
He
get
should
him.
be here. The alarm bell is
Yeah,
ringing.
yeah, we're gonna go get him. Why don't you check out what's going on, and then we'll meet you there. Jesus Christ. I mean, D&D Jesus.
Fang?
Fang?
Fang? You know Fang?
Never heard of him before. But hopefully I see you in the palace. Otherwise, it might be a mite suspicious on your end.
Yeah, we'll
Cheers!
just go
And he-
through the front. Okay, bye.
Hold on. Just to save face, Caelum will just say, Gwen, go wake up Arjhan. I can take a look with Ardent.
Salad. Have fun, boys. Starts to run off.
And as you're walking, Ardent says, I hope it was that Caelum that ended up trying to do that. Could you imagine? We capture the Caelum. You all brought her in. Thank you very much for that, by the way. And then we could speed up the execution process because she would have gone against the rules of being a prisoner. Would have been great. Ah, wonderful.
From what I heard of you, I think that's a situation you would want. Kick the Caelum's ass yourself.
You know, a boy can dream. But I will admit that the Daisen's birthday is a very important day for everybody, so, let him have this one. I'll kill the next one. Hopefully in front of him, so that way he acknowledges me as more than just small guard captain.
Well, if there are any left after what Winter's doing up there.
Oh, Daisen will figure that out. No problem. He is a great and wonderful leader.
Insight check.
Yeah, make an insight check.
This guy on the up and up, 16.
He drank the Kool-Aid.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's just like full on like, yeah, glorious leader. This is excellent.
Boy howdy, do I wish I had like a greater resto or like...
Oh, it's not like a magical
not magic.
affliction.
Oh no, he's subscribed.
Yeah,
Got it.
no, like he pays monthly for this service.
He went to the rallies.
The Daisen has an OnlyFans and he's his top contributor.
Gross.
Right.
So yes, you are all, or at least you, Caelum, are with Ardent, the Tiefling, as you are all making your way into this inner fortress once again. And when Ardent arrives, he's able to meet with the guards. The guards give your group some leeway, Caelum, as you are making your way, and you see that Baba Farrell is speaking. The Daisen is actually speaking to her directly, and they are standing in front of the treasure chamber. At the end of the chamber, Caelum, you can see. Oh boy, that urn's just sitting there. It's in a glass case, but boy, oh boy, is it only like...
I'm committing how the urn looks to memory.
You are able to see at least one portion of the urn.
If their presence is made known, Caelum will bow, avert his gaze for as long as the Daisen allows it until he is spoken to, adopting that don't speak when spoken to rule.
Yeah, don't speak unless spoken to.
Mm-hmm.
Not don't speak when spoken to. That's poor form. So the Daisen speaks to the hag, and the hag, Baba Farrell, is like hands on her chest, very defendant. Like, no, I was with the Caelum the whole time. Like, I was not involved in this. And the Daisen is just looking down at her with that very resting, peaceful smile upon their face. But you can see that there is a little bit of like the lower part of their eye is kind of like raised up a little bit in irritation, almost like a slight twitch. And you hear him say, because Caelum, you don't speak giant, So he is saying something to the effect of, "It's gone. Where is it?" And Baba Farrell is doing her best, like, "I don't know. The guard said that you picked up a lizard. Where is this lizard?" And Baba Farrell is doing her best to try and verbally maneuver her way out of here. And at this point, the Daisen turns and looks towards the group of small guard and says, "Thank you all for coming to the raised alarms. It would seem as though someone has taken the Ring of the Caelum. As you may be able to guess, this is not a good thing. This is not how I wanted to spend my name day, tracking down a gift I have already received. How do you plan on appeasing me by fixing this?" And his mouth does not move as he speaks. And Ardent says, "You could read their minds. Everyone who was here, see if they saw something that wasn't supposed to be there." And Baba Farrell sort of like looks over at Ardent and says, "I could try to do that. And then you could find somebody to read her mind to make sure that the message that she is giving you is the same as the message that you get from the second person."
Or we can just skip out on all this frivolity and I can detect where it is.
And Ardent says, "Oh, you could do that thing. You know, you are going to make an excellent small guard captain. I'm going to be very excited to work with you. Very big brain." And
in the case, my lord, where we find them, would you like to personally execute them or execute them on the spot with a small guard?
I would personally like to see their heads on pikes placed around the lots to let those surface dwellers know that insurrection is met with consequence.
Any preferred facial features, my lord? Agony, a scowl, please don't.
Show them smiling for me.
Caelum will bow, and he'll head off. Or wait till he's dismissed.
Yes, and as you are being dismissed, you see the Daisen brings a large powder white hand onto the shoulder of Baba Farrell, and he says, "Baba, a word." And you can see as she makes eye contact with you ever so briefly, Caelum, that there is quite a bit of worry on her face. And
He's gonna try to shoot her like a very apologetic look.
At that, Ardent bows as the small guard are then dismissed to begin combing over the city to look for this ring. Now, back at the toy maker shop, Arjhan, you arrive at this toy store. When you open it up and enter inside, you can see that there is an elven man who is wearing Caelum's clothes, reading a book, if you guys have let him. And when he sees you, his eyes go wide. He sets the book down and he just bows and says, 1,000 apologies.
Who are you?
I am Osmond. I am a translator for the Lady Gwen and the Lord Caelum.
Okay. Where did they go?
Well, they heard the bells and they decided that I saw Caelum grab his spear, looking like he was about to. Well, it doesn't really translate outside of Elvish. To mess things up with ferocity.
Okay.
It sounds better in Giant. And then Gwen was curious as to where he was going, so she followed after him. They told me to stay here. I was asked to stay here. This is your residence? If
No,
I am trespassing, I am deeply sorry.
Dude. It's fine. Arjhan leaves.
Okay. And Arjhan, as you are exiting out of this building and getting ready to head off, Gwen, that is when you see Arjhan making his way out of the toy shop.
Arjhan holds out the bag of holding. For the love of God, put the thing in here.
Put the thing in there. And I take back my fucking bag.
Okay, so Caelum met the Ardent dude, and they're going to handle the Steely thing. I told them that I was gonna go wake you up, and we're gonna go handle the situation.
So let's go handle it.
Okay. Can I ride on your back for like 5 minutes? I just need to catch my breath.
Okay.
All right, cool. Climbs up.
Can we make Cori the prime suspect?
Do we want to do that?
If it lets me interrogate her, then absolutely.
I mean, it would make sense, but like, she was with the other chick, right?
Yeah. So let's find out how she did it.
Chill. Okay.
Like, really intensely. And
Right.
then hopefully maybe some sleight of hand to get the ring back on her finger.
Right, but we don't want to get her out yet.
I think we're a little past that point.
Okay. Well, let's see what she wants, and then we'll see what we're doing. Okay.
God's. Why did you use all your messages on me?
I'm sorry. Caelum can talk to her, right?
Yeah, but based off of what Osmond said, he might be in company.
Right. Okay. Well,
Did you buy a person?
we liberated a person by paying for it.
All right.
We needed a translator. We still need to go in there and figure. Why did you take it, by the way?
I don't know. I was a lizard.
Fair. Okay, fair. All right, cool. We're gonna play cool. I think that we should just blame it all on the hags that aren't here anymore.
That's good.
But if we could not implement Baba Farrell in this as well, that would be ideal.
That's good.
Thank you.
Arjhan
I
gets
have an
ascending.
intelligence of 10. Sorry.
Arjhan gets ascending in Draconic. Going to diffuse the situation. It's not going to be pretty. I'm sorry, but it's necessary. Rat folk scapegoats. And yeah, Caelum asks Ardent if there's any place to get into the sewers.
Ardent gleefully shows you the entryway to the Fomorian sewers.
Caelum pulls up his hood and starts walking in.
Ardent follows, as well as about a quarter of the Mard guards that are with him, as the rest of the Mard actually go out and they are going to begin searching around, as it were. Those of you that are still on the surface see them just like pushing over like boxes, basically doing the browbeat style of interrogation. Caelum, you go into the sewers. Ardent is with you, and he asks, "So why is it that we're going into the sewers, Caelum?"
That spell I was chanting earlier. Locate object. Pinged off down here. Should I make a deception?
Yes.
18?
He got a 3 on insight, so you're doing pretty good. And Ardent
Thank
says,
God he's a himbo.
And Ardent like puts his hand up to his slightly pointed chin. You can see that there are actually a slight series of barbs that come down. And he says, "Why would it be in the sewers unless the ring was stolen by a rat?"
Aren't there were-rats down here?
You don't think? No, they couldn't. It's the Daisen's name day soon.
Mischievous little creatures.
Well, they will have to be dealt with for their insubordination. Now, where is it? Where are we going?
The ping on the ring ended off here, so it's somewhere in this labyrinth if you wish to split up. Am I allowed to contact you via sending?
Of course. We are co-workers after all.
Well, Captain Ardent, you'll take the west, I'll take the east.
Take some of these guards with you. You. Go with him. And 3 of the Mard units will bow and join you, Caelum. And then Ardent is going to take the rest, and he is going to go into the west direction. While you go east.
Caelum's going to put on a show for these guys, looking for a were-rat and then making them a patsy via modify memory.
Okay. Make a survival check to hunt down a were-rat.
18.
Okay. Yeah, honestly, with the help of the Mard, you are able to track down quite a few were-rats, I would say. It is at this point where there is actually like you stumble into a small burrow of them, and the Mard that you're with you see they summon forth these dark blades of pure shadow into their hands, and they just start going to town when you give the signal.
I feel like this is almost a natural experience for Caelum, given the Shadowkai background, but in Elvish he'll say, "Knock one out for me."
And they will nod and do just that for you. It is a very quick event that we will not go into too much detail with, but by the end of this, there are 6 would-be were-rats no longer moving, and then one of them is unconscious. And in Elvish, one of them says, "Is this the one?"
I'll learn soon enough. Go out and scout the tunnels.
And they will nod, and then it looks back to the others and makes a motion with their head, and you see that they all just seem to disappear into the shadows and scatter.
Yep. He's going to use 2 castings of Modify Memory. Actually, this is going to be fine. He's going to use several castings of Modify Memory. The first is to... Basically, a few days ago, he handed it off he handed the ring off to Rudbeck, who fled the scene.
The summer Caelum?
The summer Caelum.
Okay.
Second, he's gonna go back a few days before that, and he's gonna modify another memory in place and say Rudbeck had approached them about this. The four, Arjhan, Gwen, and Caelum, didn't know that this was going down, but he had sent them down there to basically investigate. But he was in cahoots with them, but now he's doing a double backstab, basically.
A double cross. Did he switch the rings?
He didn't switch the rings. He wanted the ring for himself.
Gotcha.
And then one more memory where this particular rat snuck in and stole the ring. He saw Gecko.
Okay. And then, do you have a ring to replace this with?
Not yet, but could I... My problem is they might check it. But I could fabricate with whatever loose metal's down here.
Yeah. I'd say you'd be able to do that.
Yeah. He'll look it over. Put it inside the rat's pocket. Pick him up and... Actually... Grisly work. Let's black out this part.
Okay.
There is a sack at his side and a rat on his shoulder as he walks out, and he'll sending Ardent that he's done.
Okay. And Ardent is super pleased by the fact that you have done such quick work. How could he not be pleased? You're new at the job. This is like what he is seeing is the enthusiasm of somebody who's still in their first week and hasn't let that light go out yet. He's so happy to have this new worker that he can talk to like a person and not like one of the Mart. And so, yeah, cut to you guys exiting out of the sewers. Caelum, you have this sack over your shoulder of what I'm guessing inside is the were-rat bod. And Ardent is more than happy to walk back to the palace with you to take care of this.
Yeah. After a while, when they're in the palace, he'll hand the body over to Ardent, have the hag check his memories just in case. I want to see what's going on in there.
Of course. And the Daisen has the hag do this, and as she does this, you can see that there is this look of like, no, I know none of that's right. And she looks up towards you and then just gives a little bit of like a solemn nod, and then informs the Daisen that this is indeed the culprit. And the Daisen is very pleased with how this whole thing has turned out. And do you give the ring back? Was it on the rat still?
It was on the rat still. As a precaution, my lord, I would think about expunging your sewers of these folk if they're all in cahoots.
Make a persuasion check.
Hey, listen, that's just one more thing we don't have to deal with. Get fucked. Natural 20 for a 19.
I love how it has a -1, but it's still a natural 20. So, the Daisen nods, and he will look towards Ardent, and look towards the rest of the group, and says, "Get the new hires together. I have a special job for them. Your crew," he says, motioning towards you, Caelum. "The others, Ardent, You shall be Team Ratcatcher. And Ardent, you see, has a moment of realization and then a big pointed tooth smile as they realize that it is now their job to clear out the sewers. And this is something that they have been looking forward to for quite some time. And the Daisen says, what is your name?
Caelum, sir. Or my lord.
And they bring their hand up and say, you have done well. I have a very special job for you and your friends. It will be of most importance on my name day. Thank you.
He will bow.
And at that, you are able to leave the facility. Arjhan, you were exiting with Gwen. Where were you heading off to?
Palace, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, as you were making your way up to the palace, I would say that it was around that time that Caelum was under the sewers with Ardent. You would be able to at least see that there are several of the Mard who are in the process of browbeating some of the people who live here. And they are asking them, demanding in common to tell them where the ring is. And they are just like going after anyone who's out on the streets at this point.
Mm-hmm. I think Arjhan can tell that Gwen's getting a little annoyed by this. And she might say something.
Are they speaking in common?
Yes, they are speaking in common.
How new are you at this? He'll just like snap at one of them.
And they look towards you and then just like give you a rather confused look.
Did I fucking stutter?
They shake their head.
How long have you been here?
I have been marred for 8 months.
8 months. I haven't been briefed on the situation, but you want to know what I just learned? I just learned that the Daisen has lost a very powerful artifact. Do you think it's wise just spreading that among all these people? All these people who probably hate his fucking guts?
There is no one here who hates the Daisen. He is a symbol of love and peace in this city.
Keep thinking that.
Hey, what proof do you have? What is your train of thought here on questioning these people? You're wasting time, is what you're doing. Follow the trail. You can't just do, you have to use your brain. If you're gonna question people, then do it the right way. Do you think this person knows anything about getting into a castle? Look at them. They're a piece of shit.
The person gives you a like.
Gwen's like, no.
Yeah, they skedaddle. They run.
Yeah.
Let's go, Gwen. We're gonna have to make some big fucking changes around here.
Yeah. Why don't you gather your people and we'll do a debriefing before we actually waste man hours.
They
Drops off.
The Mard sort of like gives an affirmative nod, and they are going to go and get all of the other Mards so that way they can have an affirmative meeting.
Arjhan, don't mention anything bad about this guy. Like, just keep it on the DL. I know that we know that, but just like, I know. It'll be over soon, though.
Okay. Yeah, and it is as you are making your way up to the palace, you get past the inner fortress walls, and you are getting to that point, and you hear what sounds like laughter And this laughter is actually coming from Ardent. It is around this time that Caelum is making his way back up, leading a group of Mard. He has his hood up. There is more blood on Caelum than you know he has inside of his body. So it is very much not his. But he has a look of, I would say Caelum has like a look of determination on his face. Would probably be the best word for
Grim
it.
determination.
Yeah.
He's scary.
Yeah.
Scary.
So proud of him. What's the situation?
Took care of it.
Already, you didn't even need us?
You know how Fish and I work.
What happened?
Were rats stole the ring.
Did they get away with it?
Not at all. Look at what he was able to do. And he like opens up the bag. It's a grisly horror show. And then he puts the bag closed.
Nice. Yeah, I'm just upset that you didn't let me come with you, buddy.
It was all over so fast.
Usually is with Caelum.
Ow.
I am going to love working with all three of you. This is going to be great.
Ardent, when's... Oh, this is before the meeting with the king? Yeah. Well, I'll catch up with you two later.
All right. We'll hang out here. Apparently some of the lower echelon in this guard think that it's a good idea to just go question random people without cause, so we're just going to chat with them.
Well, that's what I told them to do, so it's really good that they're following orders.
Right. Oh, it was your idea. Okay.
Well, yes.
Right.
It's not like they would do anything without the small guard captain telling them what to do.
Puts an arm on Ardent's shoulder. It's a good thing they can follow orders then. And then you'll turn them.
Okay, and then Caelum, Ardent, and some of the Mard go inside, have this conversation with the Daisen, and then they all come back out. At this point, Ardent tells the other Mard, all right, all of you, go to the what is the word for it?
Sewer?
No.
Barracks?
Barracks. Thank you. I was like, it's not armory. It's the place where they sleep. Go to the barracks. We're going to have a team meeting about how best to go into the sewers and play rat catcher. Want to talk to my new friends? I got to let them know what their special job is. And the Mard all nod and then distance themselves from you. And Ardent says, all right, so, three of you, special job, real special. It was something I was actually looking very forward to doing. A little peeved that I'm not able to do it, but I got my own special job from the Daisen myself, so, it's going to be so fun. So, you all are in charge of getting the food for the feast, the name day feast. It's going to be very important. It is the Daisen's favorite food, which is honey silk glazed purple worm meat.
And I'm guessing that the purple worm needs to be hunted.
Yes.
And what about our job as being like guard captains?
Well, there's still a turnover period of about 2 weeks until you're all able to actually take over. And again, at that point, we would be co-workers. But, I mean, we're still co-workers now. But in the future, you know, like when you actually go out and do that, I'll be calling you boss and not just like as a familial phrase.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
Ardent, do you have a map of the surrounding area that we can use to track down these purple worms?
Yeah, if you come on back to the barracks, we can definitely get that sorted out.
Hey, when do we need this by?
Well, name day is in 4 days, so if you could do that. And don't worry about bringing the whole purple worm back. We have meal tickets for that. So all you got to do is just after you kill it, you slap on a piece of paper onto its nose or wherever, and then it will transport itself to the kitchen areas of the inner palace, and then the chefs can take care of it from there.
Cool. I know that there's a turnover period, but I'm really interested in getting to know like I'm kind of like a prisoner, like watcher personally. I like to know what my prisoners are doing and like what the conditions are down there, and I'd like to get that under control as quickly as possible. Like this worm thing's probably gonna take us like what, like an afternoon, right?
Oh,
to do.
with the expediency with which you were able to find the ring again, it would probably take you like max 2 hours.
Right, exactly. So like as we hired a translator, and I really just like to get going on the whole like looking over everything,
making sure that you can put them in their place. I got you.
Right, exactly. Whenever we can schedule that tour would be fucking amazing.
You know what we could do is set the translator to walk around and set up meetings with people.
I don't want to leave our translator by themselves, okay? Like, I don't know them. I know I paid for them, but, like, come on.
All right.
Prisoners with jobs, am I right?
Right, exactly. So,
you get it.
Yeah, oh, yeah. So, I'm going to go. You guys got this handled. I'm going to go grab them and just go do a tour, if that's cool. I don't really need someone. I can just walk around if that's... Or you get, if someone's available.
No, you're more than welcome to walk around. I mean, you are going to be one of the small guard captains.
Exactly. So, awesome to meet you, my dude. You seem like a cool bro.
Oh, thank you.
We might grab a beer later.
I would love one. That sounds awesome.
Cool. Bros, I'm going to see you later. Finger guns. Is that cool?
Arjhan, if you can get the map sorted, I'm in need of a bath.
To barracks.
Okay.
Solidify's house.
Okay, so Caelum, when you arrive covered in blood, Osmond offers to like sponge bath you. He's not really he doesn't really know what else to do.
Osmond, we gotta go. We gotta do things, bro.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Hey, don't apologize to me. Okay?
It's kind of.
I know it's hard.
At this point.
I know. Okay.
He'll come around.
Yeah. Look, we're gonna go talk to prisoners. This is where you're gonna shine, my dude. We're gonna go there. We have to convince them that we're gonna do an uprising, okay? You have to convince them that we are good people. And I know that it's day one for you with us. And she puts her hands on his face. Like she gets up on a chair and puts her hands on his face. You are the key to this plan. You want to free your people?
You can see on his clothes where his heart is just beating very hard at the fact that you have just been you are the key to revolution. And you alone, Osmond Guevara, can solve
you're the one.
But Osmond just you can tell his mouth is immediately dry from stress and just.
You can do this. You are a strong, independent man. Okay? Just take my lead, okay?
I will translate as best as I can, Lady Gwen.
You're gonna do great. Okay? Cool. Gives him a little pat on his cheek. All right, Caelum, enjoy your bath. Jumps off the chair, starts walking.
Okay. So Caelum, you are taking it back. Arjhan, when you get to the barracks, it is a rather simplistic looking barracks. There are plenty of sleeping quarters. It seems like it's almost a little compound where there are sleeping quarters. There's a separate area that holds the armory that is being guarded by several of the other Mard. You were taken to the head office with Ardent, who is just jovially talking to you the entire time, which I don't think probably comes off very well, especially as when you get near, one of the Mard is just he's the one who said that we should have a team meeting. And Ardent's oh, team meeting? That you know what? That does sound like a good idea. Call everybody together. We're going to have a team meeting. Team Ratcatcher. And they're just Yeah, sure, I guess. And they will head off to start doing that. And Arjhan, you are taken into Ardent's office. It is just the two of you here, but Ardent has his back to you. He pulls out from a drawer a map of the surrounding area, and he starts giving you a rundown saying, like, all right, here's, like, these are the general areas throughout the city. I don't know if you've had time to actually go out and investigate any of these places. The purple, where we know the purple worms will be based off of our scouting missions, is about a half day's journey to the west through the Glimmer Caves. So you probably want to go over there. It's going to be very deadly. They tend to burrow, but they leave a rather large opening behind them. So if they begin tunneling away, well, do your best to try and catch them. And again, once they are deceased, all you need to do is put this onto their deceased body, and it will send them to the palace kitchens. It only works on if the creature dies. You won't be able to put it on a living creature and actually send them into the kitchen area. And you receive a item that I will add into D&D Beyond later called a meal ticket.
Okay.
Yeah, it's honestly a pretty quick rundown. And then after that, Arden says that you are more than welcome to join them for the team meeting for eliminating the were-rats within the sewers. Otherwise, you are more than welcome to go back to your team to begin formulating a solid plan to make sure that the Daisen can have his favorite meal on name day.
I think I'll rejoin my team. Thank you.
And Ardent nods and just like, all right, have fun. Oh, by the way, where are you staying?
Where are we staying?
You've been staying at the Toy Makers today.
Right. I don't think we've decided. Like we haven't been there for overnight yet. So I think that we were gonna stay at an inn somewhere.
We still haven't made arrangements.
Oh, all right. Well, if you need places to stay, recommendations, I could give you some places if you're looking for like a permanent residence. I mean, you are going to be small guard captains soon, so like a permanent residence, you could always stay at the barracks. Or if you're looking for like free real estate, we could free some up for you, so to speak. I was just curious because your friend, the other small guard captain, Gwen, said that she would like to join for drinks later. And afterwards, I was planning on just like going, visiting, saying hi. But I understand. It's all right. Probably too soon. That's okay. Just let me know. Keep me informed. I'll be in the sewers. All right. Bye.
Arjhan leaves.
Okay.
He does not say bye. He is not friendly.
No, just disgruntled. Like how I used to leave my job. Okay, so LB, Gwen and Osmond are off getting the grand tour on the western walls towards the back of this large cave end. That is where the lots are. That is where the that is where the silver hold is. And Osmond does his best to lead you there. At one point, he wanders a little bit farther away from you. Some Mard end up coming up to him, and he like doubles back and like. He is much taller than you, but he does his best to cower behind you. And the Mard, seeing you, recognize your current position, and they acknowledge your presence and then let you proceed. And as you get to the lots, you can see that there must be at least 1,000 elves here. There are many of them in living quarters that are not designed for permanent residency. A lot of these are tents, lean-tos, shabby shacks. It does not look like these were designed to be humanitarian in nature.
How many guards are here?
And Looking around, you can see that there looks like there is at least one guard stationed every 80 feet or so around the lots in general, and then there are also sets of wandering guards that patrol the insides as well. So you're guessing that there are maybe something close to, I want to say, like 300 guards for the 1,000 prisoners.
Gwen is going to move over. She's going to move through probably like a third into this encampment area, find a space that's kind of like right in between two of the guard stations, and like pull down Osmond to her level, like looking like it's kind of rough, but like not really.
Yeah.
And she's gonna say in Giant, what language do these guards understand?
Elvish, Giant, Common.
Okay, so you translating is going to be a little bit difficult. They're going to be able to understand what I'm saying, right?
If you speak quietly, I can do my best to also speak quietly.
Cool. Gwen,
I
sorry.
may also know a few other languages that are lesser known. One involves speaking with your hands. Another involves speaking something and meaning another.
Okay. What do you think's gonna not get us caught?
Speaking one thing and meaning another.
Fair. All right, let's do it. Hey you! And she's gonna like call over to one of the families that's over there, or one of the workers with jobs.
Yes, one of the prisoners with jobs.
Prisoners with jobs.
And this prisoner will look over towards you, and she has this look in her eye like, oh, fucking really? Like, this is what I have to respond to? Okay. And she just looks towards you and then just sort of like gives you a glare. And in Common, she says traitor and then spits on the ground.
Hey, tell her that if I'm such a traitor. Wait, okay, hold on. Do I have to speak double speak?
No,
I don't think I have to.
Just
okay.
me. Just
okay.
me. That's why
Hey.
you have a translator.
Right. Okay, cool. Let her know that today something was stolen. Something very important. And that thing might be going back into the right hands soon. Can you tell her that we're on your side? Without saying that we're on your side.
Yes.
Cool.
And Osmond says, the eggs have been counted. No foxes within the den. Cream puffs. And this figure sort of like looks at him, and there is a look of realization that she has. And she still looks over towards you and just like gives you this look like, how can we trust you?
You know, the thaw is coming. And she's what would Gwen do? I think Gwen is going to like grab them by their pants, because she can't grab anything else. She's gonna grab them like by their belt and like pull them down a little bit. And as she like grabs their cloak. She's gonna like
Osmond or the
no,
oh, okay.
the worker.
Her name, let's just clear it up. Her name is Sharana.
Sharana. She's gonna grab Sharana by the collar of, like, once she pulls her down, she's gonna grab her by the collar and like look her in the eyes. And as she does, she's gonna like sleight of hand pass a gold into her hand.
Okay.
And like, watch yourself. Like, let her go.
And she looks at this gold piece and then like squeezes it tightly in her hand.
Gwen looks around to make sure.
She will nod towards you. And then, like, while you still have her down, she says, "It will look better if you push me back."
Then tell everyone the thaw is coming. And she like shoves her.
Okay, and Sharana like spills onto the ground, very much in a more like stage combat kind of situation. Like she was prepped for the fall, so it's not going to be like
4 points of
contact. Yeah, no. But Gwen, your 20 strength is definitely more than she was anticipating, so she rolls for a little bit, and then just gets up, and you see her brush a little bit of dirt off of her face, and again looks at you in contempt. And when she sees that no one is, that the Mard have like looked over and then are steering away, she winks at you.
I think Gwen's going to continue to, I mean, there's a lot of people, so she's going to do this at least, I would say at least 5 to 10 times, like going up and talking to people and like showing them that she's the boss now.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, like spreading that, hey, we're here for you, and let them know that the thaw is coming.
Yeah, make a persuasion check with advantage because Osmond is helping you. Because it seems like Thieves' Cant isn't something that he made everyone aware of that he could speak when he was getting turned into a translator.
A 17 and a dirty 20.
Ooh-wee-wee.
Thank you, D&D Beyond.
All right, so you are successful in this, going through the lots. I would say mark off a gold piece for every group that you do this for.
That's fine. I'm swimming, so I'm gonna say 10.
Just pass out all the blood money you
10.
got from Cori. It's fine.
Yeah. Yep. And then when I'm done, I'm gonna go up to the whoever's in charge down there.
Okay. It is one of the Mard. They don't have a name. It is just they are in charge.
Once this transition period is over, I'm gonna be taking charge down here, or at least helping you. I've dealt with many a prisoner in my life, and I think there can be some changes made to keep things more efficient. I mean, we'll go over things later, but I mean, it's fine for now, is what I'll say.
They just kind of like you can tell that their eyebrows like furrow a little bit. Like, what in the fuck? We're doing fine. Like, we're guarding the prisoners. The prisoners haven't revolted. We're good.
Yeah. All right. Well, when I'm in charge,
they gave you that look. They did not.
Oh, okay. I was like,
that. Yeah.
I was like, you fucking what?
No. No, they're not those kind of guard.
Yeah. No, she's like, all right, just go back to work. Come on. And she like pulls
like
it.
Standing at his guard position.
I know. She pulls Osmond's leg and moves out. I think that went really well.
You should push me a little bit.
Yeah. Hey, don't talk back. She punches him in the shin.
For the rest of your walk, he is just like kind of like limping a little bit.
I'm so sorry.
No, it was a really good hit.
I'm just so strong. I can't help it.
That was a great, perfect form, Lady Gwen. Perfect form.
Please don't call me Lady Gwen.
What would you prefer I call you?
Just Gwen's fine.
Just Gwen's fine. That was a perfect punch that you did. Excellent form.
All right, I'm gonna go get some ice cream. Let's go get some ice cream.
Make an investigation check.
Okay. -1. 4.
There is no ice cream in the Fomorian city.
What is this place? This is a hellhole.
When you're small guard captain, there's gonna be ice cream on every street corner.
Every street corner.
Okay. Gwen, that is what you were doing, yes?
Sorry, did I have any indication of where Cori was being held?
Inside of the palace.
Okay, not okay.
Yes. Okay, and Caelum, you are in the process of taking a bath. Just getting clean. When you are done with your bath, unless there was anything that you wanted to do during said tub time, that is roughly around the time that Arjhan shows back up.
As Arjhan's showing up, he's using prestidigitation to clean his clothes. Hey.
Hi. Thank you for all covering.
Don't worry about it. In your unbiased opinion, was that the right thing to do?
We still don't know what the Caelum was, or what the Daisen was gonna do with the ring.
Well, I put a fake ring inside of the were-rat's clothing. If they do try and do this ritual to extract Wryth, nothing will happen. I hope Baba Pharaoh is okay. So what's the plan? We go kill this purple worm, send it back to the kitchen?
Yeah, that's still, at the very least, one day that we're gonna be gone.
Can I see
And
that
what-
meal ticket?
Yeah, he hands it over. I'd say this is how our first day is going.
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. Can I make an Arcana check on the properties of this meal ticket?
Yeah.
Specifically in that, could I modify it?
Yeah, make an Arcana check.
18.
An 18. So you would be able to modify this, but it functions at the properties of an 8th level spell, and you would have to rework it as a spell scroll. So it would still take quite a bit of time to actually transfer to a new piece.
If I were to look this over, and with my base knowledge, if a creature were to be slapped with this, everything gets teleported, correct?
Yes.
Including things inside its stomach?
Yep.
Oh, Arjhan, you might not like this plan.
Can we talk about it first?
Well, on the table, once we kill this purple worm, get inside it, slap the meal ticket on, and we're inside the Daisen's palace. It would take me far too long to try and set the teleportation destination to somewhere else. Otherwise, I just relocate it here and try and see if we can't get Baba Pharaoh to slap it on Cori. Otherwise, we could just go with the stage play. She did say we have an in there.
I've already thrown one wrench into our plan. I'm not sure we can handle much more.
We've made the best of it. In fact, I think we're even closer now than we ever had been. And that's good. Arden's going inside the sewers to take care of the were-rat population, so that's going to be one of their forces down. If we need to funnel the prisoners out, we can do it through the sewers. Arjhan, you didn't do anything wrong. This is a win for us.
All right. Onto Purple Worm. Crawl inside of it and be delivered onto the butcher plate, the chopping block.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that? Oh, sorry.
Looking at this, the contents that are non-living would get taken with it.
Any living things would still
any
remain.
living things inside of it would just get left.
So we do this plan, and then we're all left there naked.
Does Caelum count as living?
The ticket itself is specifically for a creature that has been slain within the last 24 hours.
Ah, okay. There's the caveat.
Yes.
Oh.
And it is at this point that the door opens and you see a silhouetted figure who enters into the door, shuts it, comes up to you, Caelum. It is Baba Farrell. She grabs you by both sides of the face and just, you brilliant, brilliant, brilliant boy. And she just pulls you in for a smooch and then pushes you back and then just like hits you on top of the head with the length of her hand. It just, stupid, brilliant, stupid boy.
Ow, what? Okay,
And
I'll
you. And she looks over towards you,
In
Arjhan.
my defense,
He was a gecko.
I was unsupervised and also a lizard.
Did you get it? No, you know what? I
I was about to say.
I don't want
The
to know.
least you know.
I
The least you know. Baba Pharaoh, I think we're going to take you up on that stage play.
That is good. Because there have been some developments with
Oh?
the stage play. Yes, I haven't gotten a chance to speak with you since I spoke to your friend Cori because of the whole unsupervised gecko scenario. But I figured I would come back to my house and really hope you are all still here. And you are. So let me at least tell you what your friend is currently planning. So, Danae, what is Cori's plan? Did she take Shar's advice to heart, or did she have a different idea in mind?
She takes Shar's advice to heart. I mean, the plan itself specifically is if we have not like fully like locked down the fact that we're going to defeat the Daisen and gain the trust and hope and love of the people, it's going to be a Hail Mary, essentially.
Okay.
It's a last ditch effort, but honestly, let me put it this way. It's plan A, but we're hoping plan B works out.
Gotcha. Yes, so Baba Farrell says that your friend is planning on going through with their execution. They believe that they are going to come back. I had asked you all about some sort of divine resurrection thing. You said maybe. I'm glad that that's going to pan out. She seems rather affirmative that it will work out. In which case, she is going to, when we do the stage play, we are going to secret her in to be the champion who fights against the Daisen in front of as many elves and Fomorians as we can, to where then you all... I am not going to say these words aloud in case, obviously, but then your plan would come to fruition from there. She seems very confident in this plan, but she said that you just needed to trust her in this.
You know what? Fuck it.
Fuck it, you're
Yeah?
trusting her? Fuck it, you're not going to listen
Oh,
to
no, we
what
trust
I
her.
just said.
No.
Where did you
Yeah.
come from?
Sorry, I was just walking up, and I didn't want to interrupt. You seemed like you were doing a great job.
Who is that? Oh, you bought yourself a translator. And Osmond
No,
just like
no.
shirks back.
Hey, he is our friend. He is the voice of the revolution.
Osmond's voice falters and he says, "Yeah!"
Knights in the courtyard.
Cori's had a lot more time to think about this plan than we've had time to do anything, so.
Trust in it then. Are there any more interrogations scheduled between now and the birthday, or is it going to be immediately an execution?
There is, as far as I am aware, there are no more interrogations planned. And if there are, I will be under heavy guard. As I was there when the ring was taken by a were-rat, I am still at suspect. But this can work.
I think it's also best that we find lodging inside of the city and not use this place unless absolutely necessary.
Yeah, agreed.
Nods.
And yeah, there is a communal agreement, not only from Baba. Osmond does not want to live here. In general, he doesn't want to live in this city, but he is also down to live wherever you guys take him. You gave him a knife, some clothes, and a bath, so like he's ride or die for the Four Keeps right now. And as your group comes to this decision, Cori, inside of your isolation sphere, you hear the sound of a single solitary bell, and a source of light appears in your lap as you look down at this violet and black lotus that you have had since your meeting with Shar, as it begins to glow. And as it glows, you hear the voice of the Night Mother say, "Looks like they decided to trust you after all." And that is where we are going to call it for tonight's session. So I would like to say thank you to everybody who decided to stop by and join us for this wonderful session of Dungeons and or Dragons. I always have a blast whenever I get to play with my friends. Speaking of all of these friends, hey RJ, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hey everybody, I'm RJ here on the channel, but you can catch me at RJustice282 on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet about the nerdy things in my life and sometimes play video games. Hopefully, we'll get in some Red Dead Redemption this week. Yeehaw! You can catch me, of course, here on Mondays as Caelum the Shatterkai Wizard Cleric. This Thursday over at G Game Nights for Elegant Magic, and then on Saturday for our Overarms game. Finally, on Sunday mornings, I've got a permanent slot now over on the Hype Goblins channel as Rollin Grandbrook, the Sorcerer Cleric half-elf. DanaeKeener.com.
Hello, Hello, everybody. I'm LBHackEmUp. You can find me at LBHackEmUp on the Twitters and the Twitches. Tomorrow on my own stream, I think I'm going to be playing at 3:30. Depends on my schedule here in this home. But I'm going to be returning to We Happy Few because I really enjoyed it last time, and Arden really reminded me of the characters from that game. So I'm really hyped to play it again. And then after that, you can find me on GGK. We're doing the Squire Squad, which is our masks game. And then I have Wednesday off, which is really weird. And then Thursday, we'll be back on my channel. Lauren and will be right here again. We're going to be playing some of the... we're going to be playing a new horror game because we really didn't like the last one. But we're going to be playing one of the... I forget what it is. Anyways, and then you can find me on Sunday at GGK at 4 o'clock. And then I don't have a Sunday night game. It's a really light week for me. I don't know what I'm doing with myself. DanaeKeener.com.
Hoi, I'm Dummy. I'm Cyber. You can find most of my stuff at cyber1201.live. It's got my Twitch. This Saturday, I'm going to be playing Super Mario 64. Because I want some retro platformy stuff in my life, and I'll probably get very frustrated, or I might 120 star it. I don't know. We will have to see. And I need something different than the 10.5-hour live stream that I did last weekend. But we raised $300, so. Archives are on YouTube, including that 10.5-hour video of Hyrule Warriors, so... Check that out.
Did you upload it as one video?
Mm-hmm.
The absolute madman.
I mean, I didn't do it. Twitch's servers had to do that. Yeah, so check that out. Other stuffs are linked. I shit post on Twitter, so follow that, I guess. For the RPG stuffs, well, first off, check out Jabroni.tv. And especially the Phasmophobia YouTube series that's going on. Maybe subscribe there so that I can actually tell you the URL of the YouTube channel, because that's important. And you get to see, some tabletop content, some spooky people who are vaguely British and also doing The Office. So yeah, do that. Check out Jabroni TV. But for the RPG stuff that I'm doing, I'm here, clearly. For a little bit. Maybe. I might die. I might do something else stupid. I'm also here on Thursdays where I'm still playing Arjhan, except I'm also the Dungeon Master, and I have actual employees who I can yell at. But I don't, because I'm not a terrible boss, I think. Maybe. I don't know. One of you also died.
Sorry, one of us?
Not one of you. One of you, like Steven and his group.
Wait, Connie died? What?
No, Connie didn't die. It was 11.
No, I killed
It's
Ethan
fine.
in the first episode.
Oh.
Dimension of filth.
Yeah. Not this Tuesday, like not tomorrow, but the next Tuesday, the 15th, I'm going to be back on High Shelf Gaming, playing Werewolf the Apocalypse. And the following Tuesday, I will be GMing on High Shelf Gaming as part of their 12 days of actual play, where we're going to be raising money for the Trevor Project. And I get to lead, or I get to MC? Yeah, MC is what they use in the book. A group of werewolves around Christmas time. So, hey, woo, motherfuckers. I think the signups go open tomorrow, so that's fun. Check them out. High Shelf Gaming. They're on Twitch. Yeah, that's I think that's it. DanaeKeener.com.
Hey, speaking of DanaeKeener.com, hi, I'm Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com. I do nerdy drawings mostly related to D&D and a lot of things on this channel. I'm going, gosh, my schedule has been moving around so much this week. What could I possibly be doing? Oh yeah, I'm running Icewind Dale on Sunday during our, where we normally would have our Tomb slot. We finished up Tomb, and so now we're going to start up Rime of the Frost Maiden. It's going to be a very good spooky time. and I get to speak with my Northwestern accent. So if you want to see some really fun time in the snow, come on over. I think that's all I'm going to plug for today. So yeah, DanaeKeener.com.
And if you've made it this far, you probably already know who I am. But if you don't, hey Acorns, what's up? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/IndoorAdventures. We do shows like this on Mondays and Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, as well as this Sunday. You can check out our Rime of the Frost Maiden playthrough. Speaking of Jabroni TV from earlier, our dear friend Lizmac is going to be playing in Rime. Our dear friend Satan, aka Alyssa Vamp, is going to be playing in Rime. It's going to be an excellent time. I am very excited to be a part of that game. All of the VODs of each of the games that we play are going to be going to our YouTube at youtube.com/indooradventures. And of course, you can check us out at our Patreon at patreon.com/indooradventures, where we host our after show called Nights in the Courtyard. But it's also where I have been posting homebrew item creations, as well as little bits of lore dumps on them as well. So if you want the Ring of Wryth for your own homebrew campaign, or Arjhan's crossbow Patience to be in your game as well, and are curious about how the red dragon Rasa got her claws on it, check out our Patreon, again, at patreon.com/indooradventures. But for now, we are going to be heading into our after show. So I'd like to say once again, thank you to these wonderful players for putting up with my bullshit. Thank you to these excellent people for stopping by, because, man, I fucked up that ending. Anyways, thanks for coming out. Hope you guys had a great time, and we'll see you all next week. All right, everybody, bye-bye!
Goodbye!
Where's the outro? There it is.